Welcome to the Yeah We Know podcast, part of the More You Knows podcasting network. You're in the ring with Jimmy, Rod, Chris, and Williams tonight. We forgot something on Balls and Brew this week, and, well, we've got the Kentucky Derby this weekend. We need to figure that out. So we're going to go to Williams real quick. Williams, who you got for the Derby?
Yeah, so I do have one stat on here. So 76% of the winners of the Kentucky Derby have won a previous race by at least 5 furlongs or more. I am going to take 2 fills from post 3 because he's actually won 3 races by at least 5 furlongs this year. He's also posted the best Brisnet speed figure in the entire field. He's got a stalking running style, which is exciting for the Derby if you have this horse. So I'm going to take 2 fills to win. He opened up at 24-1 at Circa Sportsbook. He's already down to 12-1. So there's some sharp money coming in on him. I'm going to take 2 fills for the win.
So and of course with me, these are all long shots, but to win, I'm going to take Kings Barnes because he's got my name in it. It's 12-1. Can't go wrong with that. To place, I have Confidence Game at 20-1, mainly because I love the name of their stable. It's Don't Tell My Wife Stables. And then to place, I have Hit Show at 30-1 because that is a great tag team type of name for a tag team. Hit Show.
I got a little bit I don't like Forte, who's 3-1 right now. Who's your favorite? Fade the favorite. Don't put him in any of your boxes. He's not going to pay you off any decent money anyway. Tap It Trice at 5-1 can be a favorite that you like a little bit. He's got lineage. His sire has won the Derby prior. So, but I actually like a Asian horse, right? Asian horses don't typically have too much luck in the Kentucky Derby. The travel issues for them are bad, but the horse, where did I lose it? There's his name. Derma Sogake, I believe. Sotogake. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce it, but he's 10-1 out of the 17 hole. This horse has one of these 5-length wins like Mr. Williams is talking about. He also competed in a race in the United Arab Emirates that is pretty darn close to the Kentucky Derby length. That's the problem a lot of these fast horses have, is that the Kentucky Derby is a little bit longer than all the other horses they run. They fade out by the end. So give me Derma Sotogake, and I also like Angel of Empire, the horse that Jimmy mentioned.
All right, those were some Derby picks for this Sunday's big race. And now, got a couple things to talk about. First of all, my mic in this episode is absolutely atrocious. Figured that out. I sound great now. I won't be sounding great in a minute. We appreciate you sticking with us. Rod, what are you hot about today?
I'm still just hot about the overall product. I'm just hot about the overall product. I was watching Raw last evening prior to when we taped this on a Tuesday evening, and at one point around the 10:15 hour, I just straight fell asleep in my chair. And that does not happen to me when I'm watching Raw very often. Jimmy, I believe you sent it out in our text thread last evening. A lot of talking, talk, which I understand starts to happen a little more as you get right to a PLE, but man, just the draft and the talking and the vignettes and the catching people up on the storylines and the same matches that we've seen before and matches that are happening where titles aren't on the line. Just so much of the Vince McMahon Mishigash has got me down, Jimmy.
Well, he's back and he's better than ever. I've said it 3 weeks in a row. It is Vince McMahon. Chris King, still new to the product. Do you like this new way they're going?
No, I guess would be my answer.
Thanks, bud.
There's a lot of stuff that's been happening that to me doesn't make much sense, or you've worked to have these rivalries over the past year, and now we're just splitting them up during the draft for no real apparent reason. They have all this stuff worked out beforehand. I don't know why you go about the business of moving the Raw women's to SmackDown and the SmackDown women's to Raw. A lot of stuff doesn't make a lot of sense to me right now.
Well, and we haven't heard much about what's going to happen with that. In the past, they've literally just switched belts in the middle of the ring, which is not a good look at all. We have a new world champion going on. As far as the draft goes itself, Chris, did you enjoy? And Rod, is this your first big draft or is this second big draft?
Oh no, I was fired up for the draft last year and then was completely let down, and then just more of the same this year.
Yeah, Chris, how about you? What did you think about the draft, the concept, how it went, how everything was done?
I do like seeing Hall of Famers come out, get a little pop. I enjoyed that, much like a normal draft in any other sport. With the WWE, though, you want something more than what they gave you. There was no real split ups. They kept teams the same. There was a part of me that kind of wanted them to split up the Street Profits so I could see Ford go solo for a little bit. I really thought they were going to have the Usos separate from Roman and Solo and Paul, which the other thing I didn't get was why in the world is Paul getting drafted and Solo getting drafted along with Roman Reigns? That didn't make much sense to me either. There were no stipulations given to me, and I expected that a little bit with the WWE. But
yeah, they're free agents, Chris. That some of them don't even really matter, but they're free agents.
Yeah, no. I mean, it made sense to make Brock a free agent, and I'm sure, Logan Paul does 4 events a year, so he's not going to be much on the weekly show.
Was he even set a free agent or drafted? He wasn't.
No.
What the hell?
But like you guys,
we got to make sure everybody knows Elias is a free agent.
Or almost.
David Stevenson too. Where's he at? He was drafted last year. Gone.
Yeah, almost is a free agent. Dolph Ziggler's a free agent. Like, I don't really care about those people.
Hey, easy.
Dolph Ziggler's all right. So you can tell we do a good job on a 3-man pod of not talking over each other, but you can tell we all have so much pent up. Like, we just need to get everything out. We're going to do our best to to help each other out here. But, I think that what you said, Chris, is a good point where you wanted some teams split up. But in the past, they've done it, and it's been stupid. And it hasn't made any sense. And both people have suffered from that. And also, Chris, no one really knew where they were going to be drafted. Those NXT reactions were legitimate reactions. They had no idea they were going to be drafted in there. Can you imagine in a working environment right now? Let's say, Rod works at the post office. We all know that. Let's just say tomorrow they say, oh, yeah, Rod, you're in the post office in Missouri starting on Tuesday. Everything. You live where you live, and you have to just move everything.
How much more money are they giving me?
I was going to say, they're probably getting a pay bump, too. And that was one good thing I did like about the draft. I did like the NXT people getting drafted up.
So they've drafted a lot of people. So they are going to do this brand split. I'd give it about 3 or 4 weeks before they mess around with this. But let's hit a couple big ones here. So Cody Rhodes is your big Raw competitor, which means he is not on the same brand as Roman Reigns, who got drafted to SmackDown. That means Cody Rhodes is going to be in that world championship hunt, even though he said he still wants the other belt, which already is confusing as hell, isn't it, Rod?
Oh, yeah. And Paul Heyman also came out and already foreshadowed it for us as well what's going to happen at some point. We all know they're going to pull the trigger on that and threaten with putting the 3rd belt on Roman Reigns. So, I was glad that Paul came out and did that already because it's such a cop-out. It's such a cop-out, man. Put Cody Rhodes on SmackDown, have Cody Rhodes beat Roman Reigns. Stop with all this other mishigash. Because ultimately, I want the belt on Seth Rollins. And now that Cody Rhodes is over there, it complicates my plans, Jim.
See, I don't think it does because, again, you have seen the reaction to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the person to put this belt on. It would be cool, I think, of one of two things. Number one, have Seth Rollins go against Finn Balor for this belt because they did it for the Universal Championship when Finn Balor won. Have Seth Rollins win this one. That'd be neat. You can have the Cody Seth Rollins where Cody's beaten him so many times. Seth gets the big win over him, still stops Cody from getting that world championship. Chris, they've got some storylines here. They can work with it.
They're not storylines that they really worked on at all for the past 6 months. But, yeah.
I love Chris. You're so tired already. You've been a fan for a day and a half, but you can't take it anymore. Oh, goodness. We got Gunther. Imperium is on Raw along with Riddle, Drew McIntyre, The Miz, Nakamura. So they've got some really good athletes there, some really popular people.
Is Gunther going to make a run for Roman's titles? Is that the only main?
Well, Gunther's on Raw. so he can't.
Oh, that's right.
He can't. Yeah.
Please tell me they're going to let Gunther and Imperium wrestle long matches on Raw, right? Like, at least tell me I can get that now that they're on the 3-hour show.
They only have 3 hours. I don't think they can. I do not think they can.
They got too many
Kevin
people
Owens,
talking.
Sami Zayn on Raw as well. Trish Stratus got drafted to Raw. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. Everyone got drafted to Raw, it seems like, last night.
We wasted screen time on drafting Charlotte Flair. As much as I love Charlotte Flair, we wasted screen time on drafting her.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they did that so quick. Obviously, just its name recognition. Raw's looking good. I think another thing that you can tell is both brands are kind of equal here. They have really strong competitors. There's some women tag teams on one brand, single women on the other one. But then again, the tag team champions too. We're not sure. Can they go back and forth or not? That hasn't been said. Right now, they're just a Raw team. SmackDown, we've got Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman got drafted, which you thought that the Usos were going to get drafted to Raw, but they didn't. They're just on SmackDown, so they're going to continue that until we get the Roman and Solo against the Usos. Why do they call him Solo? He's always with everybody. One of the best Kevin Owens promos ever, by the way, Chris King. Yes. It was nice to see AJ Styles back. You'll never hear me say a bad thing about AJ Styles. It's funny, Rod. The OC hasn't been on the show at all since AJ left. Michin and Mia Yim, both of them have been randomly here and there, and now they're just all back together.
Hey, man, let's go. AJ Styles, right? Anything that gets the phenomenal one out there in the ring, I'm all about, even if it has to be with Gallows and Anderson and Michin, Mia Yim, whatever is going on with her. She's a terrible wrestler.
Oh, I know what they're going to do. I just thought about this. So we have we had the women's tag team NXT champions got called up. Also, the team they're going against this Saturday at the premium, or this week, sorry, at the premium live event, get called up. So the winner of that, I bet you they're going to make those the SmackDown tag team champions. I bet you that's what they're going to do. Have two different belts.
Are they going to keep calling it the NXT belt?
No, I think they'll switch to SmackDown. Our boy L.A. Knight got a big reaction again. He is on SmackDown. You know, if Triple H was still in charge, yes, I know Triple H is still in charge. He ain't still in charge. If Triple H was still in charge, I'd give him a shot. I don't give him a shot right now, even though people love him.
No, you know what? You want to talk big reactions in Fort Worth, Texas, though. Dominic Mysterio still continues to get that heat. They wouldn't even let the boy talk.
Love it. And, you know, hey, I didn't get any love to Rhea Ripley, first overall pick on Raw. The other day, she's going over to the Raw brand. What a great year she's had. And she really has earned it, done a real solid job, had some very good competitors to wrestle with, too. So
somebody on this podcast, Ripley. Female Wrestler of the Year, Rhea Ripley. Somebody on this podcast.
I don't think you're wrong. I think that was a very, very good pick. So that was your draft. As we said, we don't really need to recap Raw. It was a lot of talking. And then more talking and more talking. Rod, you and I went to a live SmackDown show, and the thing that we loved about it so much was all the wrestling, and the crowd was really into it. Can you imagine having Van, Jackson, and Izzy just sitting staring?
I'd imagine your kids would handle it a little bit better than the Vanimal. The Vanimal seems to not be able to sit still for longer than about a 12-minute period at this point. So, yeah, it would have been real rough with the Vanimal.
Jackson would have had the phone, and he would have had the phone quick, and that is not what you want on an event. Speaking of premium live events, we have one this weekend. It's Backlash. It's in Puerto Rico, and it is time to do our predictions for WrestleMania Backlash this weekend. All righty, the big match, Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar. This is going to be a hard-hitting match. Cody Rhodes is going to be bloodied, battered, and bruised. Cody Rhodes gets the win, starting his road to the championship. Chris King, who you got?
Cody.
Rodney.
Give me Lesnar.
Okay. You know what? Again, it's McMahon.
Yep.
It can be Lesnar. It could definitely be Brock Lesnar.
Vince is going to say to himself, how come Brock keeps losing? And then that's going to be that.
We have Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn against the Bloodline in a 6-man tag. We've seen this matchup every main event on Raw and SmackDown for the last 6 weeks. They all end up in the ring, and they all fight, and there's a disqualification. I guess there can't be a DQ here. Chris King, who you got on this one?
Sammy, Kevin, and Riddle.
Rod.
Give me the Usos with Solo.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Bloodline on this because I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens on Friday when Roman says, "Hey, you didn't get your win. I'm going to have to kill you now." I think isn't that the stipulation? He had to actually kill them.
I think that's right.
If they didn't get the win, yeah.
The Usos have been on a terrible losing streak, and you just don't see a lot of losing out of the Usos. And I'm not sure what story we can tell with the Usos if they keep losing. They got to have a turn somewhere. So I could see it being this 6-man match because then Kevin and Sammy won't have to lose the belts. Riddle can also take the pin.
Yes, he can take the pin. Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega in a match that's going to be something. Who you got?
Rhea Ripley.
Rod and Jimmy all pick Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Rod, you want to say anything about this match?
I understand sort of what we're doing here. Shout out to Zelina Vega. You know, she puts on costumes and she's full of charisma and, you know, she's good for the WWE to have around and she's from Puerto Rico and all the above. But I mean, come on. Just come on. There's no planet. I don't care that Rey Mysterio's beat some big people in his career. There's no planet where Zelina Vega is going to be able to even stand in the ring with Rhea Ripley. This match should be over very quickly. This should be handled like a Lesnar match. Just have Rhea come in and just absolutely manhandle her and be done with the match.
I like that idea because the next match should go longer. But again, there's that planet situation where there's no way that there's going to be anything but Bianca Belair beating Io Sky in this matchup. I think it's going to be a good match. It should be a little longer than usual, but does anyone have any chance of picking anyone but Bianca Belair here?
I just don't see how we're going to have the belt be on Bianca as long as it is, and all of a sudden she's going to lose it at Backlash to Io Sky, who's got no momentum whatsoever. I'm with you, Jimmy, that this match is going to be a while because I love the way Io wrestles. She can comport herself very well inside that ring, and so can Bianca. So yeah, let's give the fans a little up and down, a little roller coaster match here. But yeah, I don't know what in the world you do if Io Sky takes the belt. I mean, then we're telling a story where Damage Control is going to start infighting because she has the belt and the rest of them don't. I mean, maybe, but I don't want to see that.
Chris King.
Oh no, it's the EST.
That's it, EST. Theory, Lashley, and Bronson Reed for the United States Championship in a 3-way. I think Austin Theory walks out with this belt as well. We got to keep that belt on whatever brand he got drafted to. I think it was SmackDown. Yeah, SmackDown.
Oh, see, I forgot about that because otherwise I was going to pick the Australian, but you're right. The United States Championship is definitely going to stay on SmackDown if he went over there, especially because the Intercontinental moved over to Raw with Gunther. So, but I like what I see out of Bronson Reed. I think we're clearly going to try to do something with Bronson Reed, but it's probably a little early to put the belt on him. So I'll agree with Jim here.
Chris King.
Yeah, because it's Austin Theory. Vince is in charge. He likes Theory. I think Reed, I do like him a lot. But I think he's just another guy that's just thrown in there to screw over my guy Bobby Lashley.
But your guy Bobby Lashley is the 2023 Andre the Giant Battle Royal champion, Chris. What else does he need?
I can't not stand seeing that every time he comes out. I don't know why.
Ridiculous. Oh, you love it. You love it. We also have Seth Rollins versus Omos. Here's the thing. If Omos wins, Rollins is winning the championship. That's a guarantee if Omos wins this. I think Rollins wins, but it's by disqualification because Omos is going to do something really bad to him. That's my pick.
Oh, not that. Rollins couldn't win by disqualification if he did something dirty. Yeah, you're right. So Omos would have to do it. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're sort of setting us up for that with the way MVP cut that promo about Omos is trying to, we need to get on a different foot. We've had a couple of losses, all the above, yada, yada, yada. Well, guess what, Omos? You're still paid to lose, my friend, all right? You're essentially Chad Gable. You just are a heck of a lot bigger, all right? You're just going to go down in the ring and you're going to lose. But I like your call to disqualification there, Jim, but come on. I picked against my guy at WrestleMania, and it tore me up inside. So I can't pick against Rollins here.
Chris King, you going to pick against us?
Chris loves Omos. You love Omos.
I'm going to go with Rollins.
All right. And finally, in the main event, this will be the last match. There's no question about it. The Cody and Lesnar match, I think, will be the first match. Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest in a Puerto Rican street fight. I see Vince is in charge, guys. Vince is in charge. I'm going Priest. I'm going Damian Priest.
I'm not going Bad Bunny. Knoxville won at WrestleMania when Vince was in charge. I'm going Bad Bunny. He's going to make the celebrity look good so that more celebrities will show up and do this.
Chris King.
Yeah, I got Bad Bunny too. It's a street fight, so there's not going to be a disqualification. Yeah, it's going to be Bad Bunny with the help of like the LWO or somebody else.
All right. Well, I had to be contrarian there because there's only one other match that we didn't agree on. So this is going to be this should be a really paint by numbers premium live event. There'll be some good matches. There'll be some bad matches, but the Cody and Lesnar match really is intriguing. I think that will be that could be match of the show, but be careful with the Riddle, KO, and Sammy versus the Bloodline. Over under on super kicks is set at 307. So we will see what happens there.
I got a question.
They just started a match with double super kick the other day, Jim. They literally started a match with double super kick the other day. I was like, where are we supposed to go if you're starting with the double super kick?
I got a question.
Tell us where we need to go. Yeah,
I got a question. So I was under the impression, and tell me, and maybe I'm wrong, but I was under the impression
so
that
was everyone else, but he changed his mind. That's the answer. Go ahead.
Backlash was supposed to be kind of like these people are getting back for what happened to them at WrestleMania. Where is that in this show?
Yes. Well, they've gone back and forth. But originally, yes, it was supposed to be all the rematches from WrestleMania. But then, see, here's the thing, Chris. You literally got all the rematches from WrestleMania. And you got a lot of the same results because they didn't want to change anything very quickly. So it was a very boring show. This way, they've got it in Puerto Rico for the first time for a premium live event, I think, ever. The fans are going to be absolutely nuts for everything that goes on, especially in that main event. So this year, I can definitely see why they just kind of went paint by numbers again.
Yeah, of course. They got Bad Bunny this year, Chris. That's why. That's why they got Bad Bunny to agree to be at a pay per view in Puerto Rico. You take that money every time and twice on Sundays.
I mean, apparently he's done well in matches before. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's fine. He can support himself.
Yeah, he is a huge fan, and he really did train a lot. He was down in the Performance Center. People said, when they've been down there, they just look over and say, oh, it's Bad Bunny, the biggest recording star ever, taking bumps on a mat. Okay, cool. So, no, I'm fine with him doing what he wants to do. He's bringing more eyes, I think, to the WWE.
Right.
That's fine.
Again, as we joke about all the time talking about Bad Bunny, none of us on here know any of his music, but apparently he's a big deal.
Not a damn thing. Nope, but I'm assuming he's big. It's kind of like, Chris, if Lawrence Welk was in the WWE, think about how you would feel about that. And with that, the How We Know podcast, part of the More You Know Us podcast network. You're in the ring with Jimmy and Rod and Chris.
Well, I got to send a RIP to WWE Hall of Famer Jerry Springer. All right. Jerry was around before the internet could serve us up any crazy videos we ever wanted to see. So the Jerry Springer Too Hot for TV video cassette, look it up, kids out there that listen to us, video cassette was a prized possession amongst folks our age. You had people up on stage, the absolute height of debauchery. But then at the end of the show, Jerry would make us feel a little bit better about ourselves for watching it by telling us all, take care of yourselves and each other.
Goodbye, Internet.